Wala pa na. Sige na, proceed na yun Live na.
Live na po.
Okay, nasa live na tayo eh. Kailangan. Okay. Okay, live na tayo. Hello po mga Kapex Pro.
Hello sir, good afternoon.
Good morning mga Kapix Pro.
Good afternoon na po, sir. Okay, so kamusta Sir Gats?
Actually, okay lang. And then, uh, I'd like to acknowledge ang presence ng dalawang matipunong member natin sa Pix Pro, no? Sila Sir Alex and Sir Kerwin Pagayon. So, sila pa from CASAP school. Member natin yan sa Pix Pro. Ano? Sir Pags is tama ba sir? Na computer engineering and also
Support lang po.
a technical support or IT support sa CASAP na school. And also their school director, sooner to be Doc Alex De La Cruz.
Opo. Yes, sir.
Hello,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Good
Good
afternoon, sir.
afternoon.
Salamat po. Salamat.
Thank you sa
Salamat kayo.
pag-attend.
Thank you
Hello, Sir
sir.
Alex.
So hopefully mag-enjoy kayo sa topic ni Sir Jason. About ano ngayon, sir? Mamaya na.
Okay. Pwede na rin na mag-start tayo. Ilan na yung viewers? 18. Sige. Sige. Pwede na rin. Okay, so good afternoon mga Kapix Pro. Okay, so kamusta kayo dyan? So, yung topic po natin ngayon is very interesting po, no? Because we are talking about the vulnerabilities, not only computers and technology, but also some of the tinitake advantage po ng mga social engineers or mga scammers natin. It's like our human vulnerabilities. Okay, so I will share my screen. Wait lang. To discuss our topic. Oh. Okay. So, today po, let's discuss po yung topic natin about the human hacking, okay? Protecting yourself from cyber criminals who use manipulation to steal the information. So, we all know that the hacking only exists, okay, for those po na mga those for mga hindi po IT, yung pag-mine po natin ng hacking is actually in the computers only. But also we have what we call the human hacking or ginagamit po ng scammer. Okay? In-exploit po nila yung tinatawag natin na human psychology vulnerabilities na hindi natin alam na nagbibigay na pala tayo ng information sa kanila. Okay? So, kapag na-penetrate na po ang halimbawa yung organization, ito po yung itsura, okay, ng isang system administrator. Okay? So, yun, kapag nalaman yung company na yan na mayroong data leaks, siyempre masakit sa ulo yun. Okay? So, nagwa-wonder sila. Okay? So, may mga questions din sa companies like for example, our system are updated and secure, so why do you still get hacked? And also, they comply also all the compliance. Like for example, one of the compliance here is the ISO 27001, yung mga information security natin. So So, yun yung kino-comply upang maging secure ang system. So, parang isang checklist, okay, na dapat i-comply ng companies to make sure na magiging secure yung data nila at saka yung technology nila. And then, isa pang problema, okay? So, no logs, no trace. So, wala silang alam kung saan sila mag-start because, ang yung hinahack nila at talaga yung ano talaga, yung kinukuha nila talaga is yung hindi sila kumukuha, hindi sila gumagamit ng passive attacks doon mismo sa system but also sa tao mismo. So doon sila dumadaan. So pag nakuha nila yung information, they will log in with somebody else. Like for example, yung ka-employee nyo lang na account, iba na pala yung gumagamit, parang ganun. So, no logs, no trace talaga. Okay? So, yun yung mga ano nila. So, let us discuss first about the very basic definition of hacking. Okay? So, hacking refers to the act of gaining unauthorized access to computer, system, networks, or data. So, we all know na by definition, that is unauthorized access. Kung wala kang authorization doon sa isang computer, kinuha mo yung data niya, that is considered as hacking. And also, if you have also the data that parang wala kang authorized na nandun sa PC mo yung data na yun, wala ka namang permission, bakit nandun yun, yung mga millions of data sa PC mo, that is considered na parang hinahack mo yung ano nila. Nakuha mo yung data nila na wala kang authorization. And also, by definition, that is exploiting weaknesses, diba? Vulnerabilities in software, hardware, and also to control the system. So mostly exploiting weaknesses, vulnerabilities, when we heard about hacking, is more on about the technology side. But then we have what we call the human side, or tinatawag nilang social engineering. Okay? So social engineering is the psychological manipulation of individuals in performing actions revealing confidential information. When we hear social engineering, first we came up in the idea of phishing. Diba? Mga fake websites, mga ganun. Nag-login ka doon. Yeah. So that is a social engineering. But that's only a tool for a social engineer. Okay? But before we discuss about social engineering is psychological manipulation actually. So if somebody na guys na nagtatanong sa iyo, wala na bagong person nandyan o scammer yan, kinukuha yung anong goal niya, kinukuha ba yung information mo na wala, na hindi mo siya kilala, something like that, money ba yung goal niya, okay? So that is considered as social engineering. So manipulate ka niya without knowing that you already give the information. So, in social engineering field, Kevin Mitnick, i-open up na natin to kasi siya yung talagang, he is a famous hacker. Okay? He hacked different sites, system in late 20th century, and mostly yung ginagamit niya talaga is for social engineering. So he has a knowledge about the technology side, but his method, the effective method to enter the organization is by talking to the employees and the target inside that organization para maka-access ka. Okay? So, according to the data, this very ang tawag dito, red flag or meron tayong term dyan alarming. Okay? This very alarming talaga. Because according to statistics in 2023, 98% of cyber attacks rely from social engineering. Okay, that is category of deception. Wala ba tayong underline? Okay, so deception, manipulation, trick the target. Okay, 98% cyber attacks involve social engineering. Okay, so we discussed that deeply, but the point is the statistics tell us that most of the access account is not actually banging the system or ginabangin lang ang system. Like for example, if they got your IP address, they scan the services, kung meron dyang weak na services na yan, hahanapin nilang exploit, ganon. So it takes time and effort. The easiest way to enter the system is, like I said this in this article, is that talking to their target or encouraging employee to click malicious link or email, diba? So that is the easiest way to get into their system. Okay, so why is it the social engineering is very effective? Okay, so let us understand this by discussing the communication mechanism continuum. So in the face-to-face basis, like for example, in the face-to-face, the amount of control you have when you are talking to the other person is very high, and the level detail needed is very low. Okay, so that's the reason guys, like for example, if magkita kayo ng friends nyo, and then kahit medyo hindi masyado yung ang detail na needed doon, hindi masyado high, nag-intindihan kayo. Diba? Like for example, saan tayo punta? Doon tayo punta. Ganun ba? Hindi masyado high yung detail. Diba? Pero the amount of control you have when you are talking the person is depend kung sino nun yung nag-execute ng topic. Okay? So, yung listener sometimes is madadala na lang depend dun sa kinakausap niya. Okay? So that's why it's very effective yung social engineering once yung hacker tumayo na sa PC niya at kinausap yung target, talaga makukuha talaga yung information doon. And then the written docs and email. Amount of control you have low. So this is guys no, when the hacker or the scammer send you a email, there was only a 50-50 chance, 'di ba, na mafo-fall sa doon. Why? Because the control of the perception based yun sa sinulat mo is ang control is doon mismo sa nagbabasa. Okay? So makakapag-think pa siya eh. Parang scammer to parang parang hindi to legit parang ganon. Yung amount of control ng isang scammer once email and documents is very low amount lang, di ba? But the detail needed, okay? Ang detail sa email is very high. Why? Nakatry na kayo siguro na mag-open ng mga scammer na email, 'di ba? Maraming detail doon, 'di ba? Naka-detail talaga para ma-encourage talaga yung nagbabasa doon. So the amount of detail needed once doon sa mga written docs and email na ginagamit ng scammers very high. But the control doon sa scammers very low. So it's very dangerous, no? Very alarming once a hacker stand up sa kanyang computer and talk to you. There was a big chance na yung information na gusto niya i-extract sa iyo is makukuha talaga. Okay? So that is social engineering tactics. Okay. Okay, so let's talk about some of the social engineering techniques and also the countermeasures. So you need to identify this in order for us to be prepared. Oops, parang ginagamitan niya ako ng reciprocity diba? Parang ganon. So if somebody na pumunta sa iyo at yun yung ginagamit niya na method, hindi ko siya kilala, hindi ko siya kano-ano. Pero yung mga tanong niya parang related dun sa namin na-discuss. So ito yun. So, meaning is drives people to feel obligated to give back when they receive something. Okay? It's very basic human nature that whatever you give, then you are obliged to, yung nag-receive nyon, parang mayroon siyang heavy obligation na i-give back yon. Okay? Attacker use this by offering something to later ask for sensitive information or access. So, this is good guys because this is how we survived 1,000 years ago. Yung mga tao, nag-survive tayo because we give and take each other. But then, bad actors use this information in order to exploit us. Okay? So, what are the example? So, example of the scenario? So, merong employee sa company, ganon. And then, meron tayong scammer or hindi natin kilala. Okay? And then, lumapit sa'yo, nagtanong. Okay? So, nagtanong siya, "Hi there, by the way, when is your birthday? Mine is coming up Saturday, January 5. How about yours?" And then, the employee reply, Mine is actually a few weeks in February 25. So the goal of this attacker is to get your birth information. So what the attacker first do is first, bumigay siya ng kanyang information. Diba? So, sinabi niya yung birthday niya, yung attacker, totoo ba yung birthday niya? Talaga is January 5, hindi natin alam. So, yung scammer, nagbigay mo na ng information, my birthday is January 5. Because nagbigay yung scammer, yung kinausap niya ng employee is obligado na mag-give back ng information. Okay, ako naman yung sa February 25 naman ako. Pero hindi alam ng scammer yung year ng birthday niya. So, yung scammer naman, nag-response. So, wow, nice. I'm already 29 years old. My birth year is 1994. Ikaw, kailan yung birthday mo? So sinabi ng employee, ako bata pa ako eh. I'm too young pero 55 ah. So, bata pa pero 55. And my year is 1969. Okay, so spot na. Nakuha na ang goal ng attacker na kunin yung birthday mo kahit hindi ka pakilala is na-achieve na. So, that is the law of reciprocity in social engineering. Okay, so what are some of the countermeasures? Of course, training awareness. Be conscious about sharing internal contact information with unfamiliar individuals. Okay? So, once na hindi mo siya kilala or kakilala mo lang siya katulad sa party lang or something like that, di ba? And then, you need to verify the identity of the requester. So, kung pumunta sa company nyo, you need to check the ID and bakit natin tinatanong, di ba? So, in short, we need to be a logical thinker or para ma-spot or para ma-avoid ang mga ganitong incidents. Okay? Okay, so next na trick ng isang scammer or attacker is tinatawag natin social proof. Okay, so what is social proof? A tool used by social engineers to trick people into trusting them. It builds a natural human tendency to look others for cues or how we behave, especially in certain situation. Okay, so one of the example of this is that gumagamit siya ng halimbawa, yung friends mo nga pumunta sa ganun eh. Yung 'di ba, ginagamit niya yung circle of friends mo to justify na para gawin mo yung gusto niya. Okay? So ganun. So example, social proof na scenario natin, yung scammer at saka yung employee. Okay? So, yung scammer is meron siya na biktima ng mga employee, and then yung dalawang friends niya nag-install ng, let's say, Lingua app yung pangalan. Okay, for languages. And then, the scammer will verify it. Oh yeah, everyone, my team and your friend Gats and Jason love it. Oh, come on, you can install it. Diba? So, in-encourage niya na mag-install yung app na yun sa isang employee na sinasabihan niya yung mga friends mo nga nag-install nga yung gayon eh. Siyempre, ikaw rin. Diba? Something like that. So, that is a kind of social proof. So, sa website or sa mga comments dyan sa Facebook, like for example, okay, makikita niyo lang actually yan eh. Yung, alimbawa, yung mayroong mga product dyan or something like that, di ba? Madaming mga nagko-comment na that is part of the social proof. Okay? But the disadvantages of that is that most of the scammer, big time na mga syndicate, is they use that in order for you to para makuha nilang information or kung ano mang goal nila. Okay? Ina-exploit nila yung social proof na yon. Okay, so yon, nag-install na siya. Well, maybe I try that then. Okay? So what are the countermeasures? Okay, so social proof is very is very hard to neglect. Okay? Because lahat kasi nasa palibot mo gumagawa ng ganun, eh syempre bakit ikaw hindi? So you need to promote independent thinking talaga. Okay? And also critical evaluations to avoid blindly following others. Okay? So kapag yung sa organization nyo, meron diyang nag-install tapos okay lang kung galing sa Google Play. Walang problema yan kasi yung Google Play, lahat ng mga Android apps diyan heavy security testing talaga before yan dinidisplay dun sa Google Play. But what I mean na application is that, alam yun, yung mga galing sa mga APK Pure, APK Mirror, mga ganun. So, very dangerous app. At saka yung attacker ina-encourage ka, dito mo kunin no sa APK Pure o sa itong website niyo yung naka-APK format siya. Hindi pa kasi na-publish sa sa Google Play kasi wala pa pambayad, mga ganun. So, very risky yung ganung application. Okay. And next is one method is the baiting. Okay, baiting techniques where the attacker strategically places physical digital bait in the hope that someone will take the bait and interact with it. Okay, so this is like for example, let's focus on the technical side sa website. Okay, so yung mga baiting doon is depend upon sa mga preferences ng mga user. But mostly is binibait nila actually is yung stimuli na hindi makaresist ng brain natin or hindi ma-resist ng mind natin. Like for example, very general, yung meron 3 bagay na hindi ma-resist ng brain natin. Nga talaga manonotice talaga natin. Okay? First one na hindi mo tagal ma-resist is yung mga attractive people. Diba, right? Sa social media, pag scroll mo, uy, maganda, gwapo, ganon. O sa stop mo talaga yung scroll mo. Diba? Parang ganon. That's the one. One stimuli. Yung pangalawang stimuli na hindi ma-resist ng brain natin is danger. Okay? Kapag merong, halimbawa, busy ka, nagtatrabaho ka, merong sunog doon sa ang layo ng sunog, tatayo ka talaga, titingnan talaga doon. Okay? So, yun yung anong stimuli na yun. And next, na hindi ma-ignore ng brain natin or your mind natin is the food. Okay? Kahit gaano mo kabilis lumakad, pero pag nakita kang food doon, talaga yung leeg mo, talaga. Same din sa social media. Pag nakita mo yung paborito mong food, it will automatically triggers your brain nga, oops, diba? So, hindi talaga ma-resist yun. So, 3 yun. Attractive people, danger, food, hindi talaga ma-resist. The reason why na hindi ma-resist ng brain natin yun is because of, for the sake of survival. Okay? Pinaprioritize doon for the sake of survival. So, social engineering scammers know that. So, that's why they use those things in order for them to bait. Para ma-bait ka. Ma-click mo yung link. Diba? And so on. It forms of the curiosity. So what are some of the scenarios? Once tumayo na yung hacker sa computer niya, pumunta na sa organization. So one of the scenario is that nag-iwan sila ng flash drive tapos nilalagyan nila ng halimbawa label, okay? Important payroll updates. So kung sino makakita nun, kung sino makakita nun, it will trigger the curiosity sa mind. Oy, end of the month ngayon, timing payroll, may naiwan na flash drive dito. Ilan kaya yung sahod ko ngayon, 'di ba? So, iti-check. So after that, yung iniwan ng hacker, nakita ng employee, in-insert yung flash drive sa computer ng employee. Pag insert, mayroong pop up doon, installing software. Siyempre, yung employee naman don't care kung na-install ng software, ng ganyan. Kasi yung goal ng mind niya, yung bet talaga ng mind niya is yung payroll Ilan yung salary ko doon? Yung hinahanap talaga yung Excel, di ba? So, they don't care about the installing software. And then, suddenly, okay, excellent, now you have access to their system. So, the hacker will automatically access to their system. Okay? So, before the baiting, for sure, this attacker are already done his homework. Okay? Baka pumunta niya sa inyo, tine-check yung OS nyo, ganyan. Hindi masyadong mahigpit yung company. Okay, yung operating system pala nila is Windows XP pa, Windows 7 pa. So, yun yung naka-install sa flash drive na yun. So, merong vulnerabilities doon. Okay? So, pag insert ng employee, yun naka-connect na agad yun, na-remote na yung PC, at saka wala na yun ng hacker without knowing ng organization. So that is baiting. So what are some of the countermeasures? First, educate the employees about the risk and verified external devices. So kapag meron ka nakitang external device dyan, in especially common or public areas, so don't rush to sa computer mo, di ba? Kung nakita ka rin, di ba, scam yan. Scam yung flash drive mo, yung using updated antivirus, ganon. If you are using Windows 11, Windows 10 is good. But mostly application that has been hacked is they are using outdated operating system. XP 11, okay? Very easy to manipulate. But then if the system is already updated, then the hacker has the hard time to enter the system. And encourage policy to reporting and disposing such items, ba? Pag nakita kayo kung nandiyan sa company, ibigay nyo sa IT or sa security personnel para para ma-mitigate natin yung mga breaches na yan. Okay? So, next technique is the foot in the door technique na ginagamit ng mga scammer. This is a very effective, especially guys, na sa social media ngayon, sa online. So, it involves getting a person to agree to a small request initially, which increases the likelihood of them agreeing to a larger request later on. So, example, sa online. Meron tayong online app dyan, then the online app requires you to to screenshot your face, something like that, ma-selfie ka. Diba? It's very easy request. And then after you selfie, there is another request na naman. Diba? Something like that. So that is the foot in the door technique. So in reality, like for example, in real-time scenario, the goal here is this: the scammer need to log in to the organization, okay, or the unknown person. So bago lang scammer to sa isang organization. So paano niya apply yung foot in the door techniques, or later I will talk to how to mitigate this. So foot in the door techniques is like, for example, can you do me a favor? I'm new here, not sure where the water cooler is. Could you show me? So the first request is the water cooler. Very simple. Okay? So that is the opening remarks, the opening conversation of the employee. And then the employee responds, sure. It's just down the hallway. And then, thanks, by the way, while we're walking, could you help me find the documents for the upcoming meeting? I heard it's stored in the shared drive, but I'm not sure which folder. So, of course, he is new in the company, but then he asked for documents in shared drive. Okay? And then the employee also agree. Okay, can help you. Let's check the marketing folder. They usually store meeting documents there. So the first request, then follow up by the second request. And then the third request is very tricky because thanks for the help. I'm supposed to update the presentation for our boss, but my laptop is acting up. Do you mind if I quickly use your computer to transfer the files from the flash drive? So in this time, the scammer is asking for transfer the files dun sa flash drive ng employee. And then the employee agree and yes, let me log in for you. Okay, so that's the idea. They tell the employee, yung scammers, na biyan yung employee na yun, opening nila ng conversation nila, di ba? Yung water cooler muna, nag-agree yung employee, then sa documents, where to find it, then yung employee also responds. Then the very hard part is yung flash drive na yun. So if the scammer is directly request that kailangan niya mag-stack ng flash drive dun sa ng employee para log in, yung employee is ma-alarma. So he need to use he need to use the foot in the door technique in order to the employee to agree yun sa scammer. Okay, so thanks a lot, really appreciate it. Okay, so what are the countermeasures? So first, awareness. Hindi talaga mawala yung awareness dito. So you need to educate employees, yun pag grant ng access sa data, yung mga unfamiliar individuals. If he is new to the company, then bakit mo siya i-grant na ganung request. And notice, because you have already knowledge in the foot in the door technique, notice the escalating request. Okay, kapag yun nag-escalate yung request at yung request na yun is parang, alam yun, parang unusual request na at the end. So that is form of manipulation talaga na in the future magre-result yun sa mga security breaches, okay, because of those requests. Okay, now the last is the reverse social engineering. Okay, so the reverse social engineering is that this kind of tactics where the target of an attack is manipulated into approaching the attacker under belief as they are seeking assistance or guidance. Okay, so this type of attacks is that the employee or the person is already manipulated, and that person is asking help. Okay, is asking help to the scammer. Okay, so this is the conversation about the scenario reverse social engineering. So first, the employee called the scammer yung kagabi. Okay, you called me last night. You said you were having trouble in your email account. Need help? Okay, so yung employee meron na siyang trust dun sa scammer. Okay, so what the scammer do is, call back and then follow up the request of the employee. And then, yes, actually, is been acting up. Can you assist? And the scammer tell you need to click this link, troubleshooting tool that should fix the issue. Okay, so meron yung mga link na binigay yung scammer sa employee. Then after that, tinitry niya. Okay? Okay, the next request ng scammer is to download the remote access tool. Okay, para makita yung ginagawa ng employee, because yung pag-download yun ng link, 'di ba, na-fix yung email and so on. But then gusto ng talaga na i-sure na na-fix na. But then yung ginawa nito is binigyan siya ng link para yung remote access tool sa employee. Okay lang yung mga team viewer, mga ganon, because merong mga yun meron yung mga tawag niyan, merong mga access code. Okay? But then if they give you a link, like for example, kung bigyan kaya ng link na galing sa ibang sources, so that is baka naglalagay siya ng Trojan dan sa computer ng employee. Okay, so reverse social engineering. So countermeasures natin is you need to encourage employee to verify the identity. Okay, to anyone offering technical assistance. So wag po tayo basta-basta magpapa-assist kung kahit sino lang. Okay, so dapat yung talaga. So kasi sometimes sa office natin or sa organization, halimbawa meron ka lang dyan bago siyang pasok na employee, then marunong sa computer, then nasira yung computer, tapos siyang pinapa-repair nyo, ganon. So, you are not sure, di ba? So, it's better to call up your IT personnel or sino mo dyan personnel dyan to assist you. Okay? And also, the implementing policies that prohibited downloading, running unknown software. So, this is the very important, no? But then, it adds up complexity dun sa mga computers natin. You need to limit the software na yun na-install doon. Kung ano yung na-install na dun sa offices nyo, yun yung dapat na yun. So, outside software na hindi na masyado ginagamit sa operation, you need to disable it. Okay? So, mayroong mga software na ganun na yung kung ano na naka-install doon, yun lang yun. Okay? Hindi na pwede mag-download ng employee kahit ano yun. Kung Excel at saka ano lang yung ginagamit nun, browser, yun lang yung pwedeng i-install doon. Okay? Para ma-avoid yung mga hacking at saka penetration sa isang organization. Okay, so why those attacks are so effective? Okay, because simple, they exploit fundamental psychological principles of human emotion, trust, fear, greed, and curiosity. Like what I said before, the fundamental ng human brain natin or your mind natin that cannot be resist. That is one of the example. Attractive people, danger, food, di ba? And then fear, greed. Okay? So as humans, we are once emotion kapag emotion na yung emotion na yung nagpapairal sa atin, nagiging illogical tayo. And that how gusto ng mga social engineers or mga scammers, 'di ba? Once na meron tayong fear, 'di ba? Like for example sa fear natin na nagiging illogical na tayo is once yung PC natin is na ng ransomware. 'Di ba? Kapag na ransomware tsaka yung mga files mo is na-virusan na-encrypt na, hindi mo na ma-open, 'di ba? So nagti-trigger na emotion mo, takot ka na. And then, dahil takot ka na, mag-o-offer silang solution sa'yo. Okay, sige, i-decrypt namin yung files mo, just pay me Bitcoin. Di ba? Ganon. So, magpipay ka doon, but you are not sure. Okay? You are not sure na mababalik yung files mo. Kasi at the first place, you are transacting sa terrorist eh. So, you are not sure na mababalik yung files mo upon payment pagkatapos nun. So, very risky talaga. Okay? Greed. Also, malimbawa, kapag nanalo ka sa mga laro o marami ngayon yun, di ba? Yung mga games na, nanalo ka ng ganito, tapos pag panalo mo ng 100 yung taya mo, nanalo ka ng 300, gusto mo, pag nanalo ka naman 500, and then so on, lumalaki. And that is infinite, no? Because numbers is what we call this infinite. Kung nanalo ka ng 1,000, gusto mo naman ng 2,000, parang ganon. That's greed. So, ina-exploit nila na yun, ng mga scammers, ng mga ganong emotion. Okay? Trust and fear, curiosity. Okay, so, while I research, I found this into, merong quotes, di ba? Merong quotes na nakita ko dun sa internet na amateurs hack system but expert hack people. Okay? That's very true. Because most of the expert like Kevin Mitnick, okay? His method is good, is pupunta sa mga companies and then dun, kumukuha siya ng mga information. Kung anong information yun yung ginagamit niya para i-login dun sa system. Like for example, meron siyang movie doon yung mga papers ng company doon, yung tinatapon nila dun sa basurahan, yun yung kinukuha niya at kine-check yung mga information doon. At yun yung ginagamit niya para mag-login. So he don't break the system, okay? Nag-ano siya talaga, nagla-login siya, wala siyang binibreak doon. Nagla-login siya using somebody's account. So how to mitigate those? So, protect your login credentials as usual. Every twice a month, di ba? Change your password. Okay? Alphanumeric, very common. But this is a very basic, guys. But then it adds up na sa ating hindi masyado tayong comfortable na mag-change ng password di ba? But you need to do that. Always verify the identity of anyone requesting information, email, phone calls, and in person. Okay? So in person, that is once parang kanina nagre-request sa'yo, is very unnoticeable na nagbibigay ka ng information while talking to the scammer. So in email, okay pa, mababasa mo yun Sa phone calls naman, makakapag-think ka pa yan kasi hindi mo nakita yung itsura. But then in the face-to-face conversation is very if you are not aware, it's very parang hindi ka makakaiwas. Encourage the use of multi-factor authentication. So, if, however, the attacker get your username and password and naka-enable yung MFA nyo, then you will save, okay? Because kapag nandun sa kanyang username and password, pag nag-login siya doon, mag-notify sa'yo o kailangan pa ng another device para makalagin siya. Okay? So it's better to enable MFA because if someone gets your username and password, hindi pa rin sila makakalagin. without your another device. Okay, that is add up to extra layer of security. Okay. Okay, so this what I said before, that hackers don't need to break in, they just log in. So yung mga data leaks natin, no, very ano talaga, because most of us, we are using our password based on our bias. Like for example, your last name and your birth date, that is your password, diba? So if yung data mo is nag-leak dun sa online, parang ganun, parang na-hack nila or nakuha nila yung data ng isang company, then they can create combinations of username and passwords. Okay? And also, they can create the identity the same as yours. Okay? So, very, So, hackers nowadays don't need to break in. They're just log in because they got your data. And also, countermeasures natin is continuous training and awareness based on human error, okay? Because the weakest link is the human vulnerabilities. Tayo mga humans, we are very weak in terms of, kanina, madali niyang makuha ang username at saka madali niyang makuha yung username at saka password through conversation. If he is a expert in social engineering. And then if you are in online, encourage individual to pause and think critically before clicking on links. Okay? So there was a saying that your fingers is faster than your brain to think. Diba? That is your subconscious mind working. Ma-notice natin yan. For example, pag nag-open tayo, pag kuha natin ng cellphone, hindi na tayo nagtithink kung ano yun. Automatic click yung icon ng Facebook, ganun. Subconscious mind din nagdadala sa atin. Pag open ng browser, diba? Automatically, type natin yung letter F agad. FA, yung Facebook na agad. So, ganun. Kahit hindi na tayo nagtithink. So, subconscious mind is working along the way. Okay? So, in online, you need to pause and think before clicking on links. Okay? So, promote a culture of verification. So, you need to verify everything. Okay? To check the request of sensitive information. So, even though you met that person before, so you need to verify it. If may ID ba siya, ganun. If he is qualified to ask those questions to get the data, if he is qualified, then you need to verify it. Okay, culture of verification. Okay, so here in PEXPRO, guys, awareness is the key. So you need to be aware. We discussed about the social engineering techniques and tactics that used by the scammers. If parang kung meron kayong ma-meet dyan sa daan o sa is aware na kayo sa mga ganon, di ba? And also, you are aware, so you can't defend against what you don't understand. Okay? I know that some of you is already encountered that escalating requests, nga ganon. Yung sound, laki ng request ng ganon. And then, most of you encounter yung conversation na yun sa birthday, di ba? So, you can defend also that. You can defend if you are aware, but you cannot defend against what you don't understand. Okay, so that is the presentation, guys, about the human hacking and how to secure ourselves to the for most of the social engineers outside there. So thank you very much, and that's my presentation. If you have question, there's Sir Gastilugo and Sir Pags.
So great, no, Sir Jason, ang galing, no. So yeah, mostly kasi ngayon na marami ng ganyan na na scenario. For example, dating app. No? For sure, marami ditong nanonood na gumagamit din ng dating app, no? Sa mga single, no? So, sabi nga nila, social engineering is an art of science and manipulation, no?
Oh,
So,
yes.
For sure, like, lang kayo, getting to know each other, hindi mo pala alam, no? Nang isa ka palang, ng candidate sa kukunan niya ng information kasi alam niya na meron kang malaking pera sa bangko mo, negosyante ka, Ano? So, mostly kasi ganun, feeling ko ganun, no? How about you, Sir Jason? Parang ganun ba? Tama ba yung pag ano ko?
Oh,
Halos
yes, oo.
lahat,
Oo.
halos lahat sir sa ano yan, sa mga gold digger yan. Mga, mga gold digger.
Na,
Kaya nga hindi, kaya
nakakatakot
nga
nga
hindi ako,
yan, you know? Especially
kaya
sa
nga
mga
hindi ako
single ngayon.
masyadong, hindi ako
Sisi.
masyadong nakikipagkilala sa hindi ko masyadong kilala eh.
Yun yung
Mm.
awareness doon, no? So, ah,
Pero
so,
kung minsan sir, nakakabulag yung kagandahan, di ba?
yes,
So,
yes.
minsan,
Sabi nga
Oo.
ni Sir Jason kanina,
dapat magpakilala ka rin.
attractive person is hindi ma-resist ng utak natin, no?
Yes, sa
Mm.
bait yun na tawag natin.
Sa bait na tinatawag. And
Hindi
then
lang
ano
pagkain.
pa, meron pa
Sir,
kasing ano sir eh.
Sir
Meron
Jason, hindi lang sa pagkain yun ha. Ibang pagkain naman yun. Di ba?
Oo. Hindi ma-resist nun.
hindi yan ma-resist, no? So, and then ano, meron kasing for example, meron na ba yung parang AI na alam niya na full ng storage ng memory ng gallery mo. Tapos biglang magpa-pop out sa social media mo na parang install this app to clear the unnecessary
Yes,
Oo.
nagamit na.
Oo.
photos or
Meron yun. Mm.
files, no? And then ikaw, curious ka and then click mo din, no? So not knowing, yun na pala yung key, no? So may mga galon kasi medyo na experience ko din yun, no? Na
Yung mga
nowadays kasi meron
tactics
ng mga
nila.
AI na kayang bantayan yung galaw mo, no? Ano yung pinapanood mo, ano? And then lagi ka nagsa-scroll sa parang parang shop ng mga iPhone and then bigla kang sinabing, "Oh, you win iPhone, no? Just click this link." No,
Yes.
to Google link or Google form to fill out. And then the fill out
Mm.
form kasi is yun na yun, no? And then meron akong kakilala, no? Buti na lang tinawag niya sa akin, no? Sabi niya, sir, may nag-email sa akin, urgent daw yung bangko na hack. Kailangan ko daw i-click yung ganitong form and then i-fill out ko para ma-secure yung account ko. So, and then, chinek namin yung website, pero hindi namin kinlik yung link. Yung bank lang ng name ng email na nag-send sa kanya and then there's something wrong. Walang ganun lang nangyayari,
Oh,
no?
yes.
Pero ginagamit niya yung parang parang curiosity ng user na kailangan madaliin mo, kailangan gawin mo 'to, kailangan gawin mo 'yan, no? As soon as possible kasi may mga mangyayari sa account mo, no? Not knowing ikaw, ano ka din ng parang hindi mo alam yung gagawin mo and then susundin mo yung yung procedure niya, no? Kasi takot ka
Mm.
mangyari 'yon, no?
Oo.
No? So yun kasi para sa akin awareness lang is kailangan mo mag-relax,
Mm.
no? Bear in mind na kailangan mo talagang i-check muna, kung ano yung mga apps na or mga links na kailangan mong pasukin, no? Kung meron ba talagang iPhone 16 na pinamimigay si Apple, no? Baka
Oo.
wala. So gulat ka, no? Gulat ka, no?
Oo.
Parang ganoon, no?
Ganun talaga. At regarding nung kay Sir Gats, kay Sir Pugs, pag merong nag-chat sa'yo na magandang babae, i-block mo na agad yun.
Marami po yun.
Wag ka nang magdalawang isip, block
Marami
mo
na
na agad.
nag-reach sa akin
Kung
yun.
ayaw mo
Kasi yung,
matulog sa labas.
oo, kasi yung magandang babae, hindi nag-uuna nag-chat yun
Pero
eh.
hindi nila alam
Scammer
na
yun. Oo.
akala nila mas scam nila ako, pero sila palang na-scam.
Yun yung kamandag. Yun yung kamandag ni
Yung kwento
Sir
kanina
Pugs.
ni Sir John Ray na mayroon siyang kaibigan na nag-message yung bangko sa kanya. Sabi nung isang Capex Pro natin diyan, manood kayo ng Beekeeper ano ni
Jason Statham.
yun, ni Jason
Mm.
Statham. Kasi parang ganyan yung nangyayari, di ba? Kung napanood mo yon, so iba naman kasi yung ginawa ni Jason Statham kasi alam niya na yung matanda na babae na nag-enter ng kanyang password at saka yung account niya. So automatically, imbes na makita niya yung pera niya, nahack pa yung pera niya lahat. Nakuha pa lahat ng mga hackers, di ba? So, mayroon 'yan. Ang dami kasi dapat natin i-identify yung mga logo na ginagamit nila na BPI, Security Bank, mga logo ng mga bangko natin minsan ginagamit din nila.
Oh,
Siguro
yes po.
mga ilang ulit na akong napadalhan ng mga ganyan, hindi ko yan pinapansin. Kasi alam ko naman na wala naman akong transaction sa bangko, di ba?
Mm.
Ba't magpapadala yung si BPI sa akin, Security Bank naman yung sa akin. Ano gagawin ng
Mm.
BPI, di ba?
Oo.
Ang dami niyan. Kahit na yung sinabi mo kanina sa games, mayroon tayong mga games na mga online games like mga casino games. Minsan akong na ano diyan sa casino games, for testing 50 pesos. Marami yung panalo mo. Mananalo ka ng 10,000 hanggang umabot ng 20,000, di ba?
Tama. Oo.
So dapat mo nang mag-withdraw, di ba?
Oo.
Sa GCash. Pero sabi niya, to level up and to withdraw, you need to deposit 50 pesos.
Okay.
So, kasi 50 pesos, wala naman magagawa sa iyo yung 50 pesos. Sige,
Oo.
try ko yung 50 pesos. And then later on, umabot na sa 56,000 yung pera ko. Siyempre, i-withdraw ko yung 40,000 para mayroon ako. Pag na-withdraw ko na, na-click ko, you need to deposit another 100 pesos. So, hindi ako
Mm.
nag-deposit. Sige lang, laro ko ng laro. Hanggang umabot yung pera ko sa 125,000. Ano yon 777 na games yun, at saka Lucky 7 yun, at saka Starter Games. Umabot na ako
Oo.
hanggang sa 118. Ngayon, i-withdraw ko na yung 100,000. Sabi niya sa akin, mag-deposit daw ako ng 500 pesos para makuha ko daw yung 100,000. Diba? Scam yun.
Grabe. Oo.
Kasi yung sa mga legit na mga na mga game, hindi naman sila nagpapa-deposit first nagpapa-deposit bago ka maka-withdraw. So, nag-deposito ka para maglaro. Pagkatapos, pwede ka na mag-withdraw.
Oh, yes.
Pero yung yung mga pictures ng mga online games, sinunod talaga. At saka yung nasindan ko ng GCash is also a Filipino. Na-search ko yung niya sa GCash. Kapwa din natin Filipino. Huwag mo kung sino sa likod niya. Okay? Pagkatapos na-ibura ko na yung games, na-uninstall ko na yung games, nagme-message siya sa akong gabi sa akin. Nag-hi hello. Na para makuha ko daw yung panalo ko na 200,000, bukas na bukas daw, kailangan ko mag-deposito ng 10,000 sa kanya. Itarantado mo siya. IT yung niya, di ba? So, dapat talaga mag-ingat. Kasi sa akin, mas ko minsan na i-testing sila. I-testing ko talaga para kung ano talaga yung mga behavior nila at saka yung mga Pagkatapos noon, na-experience ko na, so alam ko na talaga kung ano. Diba?
Yes, kaya nga dapat aware ka yung kung ano yung nangyayari, no? Aware ka talaga dapat, no? Alam mo na nasa scam ka pero pinapatuloy mo pa rin kasi alam mo yung nangyayari, no? Alam mo
Meron
kung
din
kailan ka magsa-stop, no? Alam mo kung kailan ka mag-withdraw or anong gagawin mo.
Oo.
No?
nabiktima
Isa
rin
dun sa magandang part eh.
Hindi
alam
talaga
niyo ba
greedy
yung
si Sir Gerd, no, Pags eh.
alam niyo ba nung pandemya, nabiktima halos ng scam na parang pyramid na na yung mining na tinatawag.
Oh, yes.
Yung mining na tinatawag, bumili ka sa kanila ng mining tolls, parang ganyan. Tapos, 500 pesos. Ang daily mining mo, magkakaroon ka ng 50 pesos, daily mining. So, maaabot mo, makukuha mo yung 500 pesos up to 10 days, makukuha mo yun. So, nakuha ko yung 500 pesos na kapital ko. So, ibig sabihin, parang legit to di ba? Bake pala yon. Ngayon, may promo na naman sila, bumili ka naman ng isang generator naman nila na nagkakahalaga ng 700. So, pero yung mag-generate niya araw-araw ay 100 pesos. Isipin mo yung 700 mo, 7 days lang makukuha mo na yung 700, di ba? Pag nag-generate na siya, kasi nabili mo na yung generator yung equipment Kasi nagbibinta sila ng equipment na parang app yun na nag-generate, nagmamining. So ngayon, yung 700, nakuha ko yun ng 7 days. Kasi araw-araw 100 yung minamining ko eh. Umabot yun ng 15 days. So may ganansya na ako, may income na ako na 800 pesos. Okay. So ngayon, yung siyempre kita ko legit eh, nakaka-withdraw ako sa GCash eh, nagsisend naman sila eh. Ngayon, yung ginawa ko, siyempre yung kapatid ko, pinasali ko. Kasi legit eh, nakaka-withdraw ka eh. Hindi mo masabi na ano, hindi mo masabi na scam talaga. Hindi ko pala alam, ang dami naming member. Mahigit kami 1,000,000 na Pilipino na member diyan. Nagma-mining din. Yung iba, yung pera nila dinadirect na nila sa kanilang account sa bangko kasi bumibili sila ng maraming machines, maraming equipment. Nagkakapital talaga sila ng 100,000, 200,000, parang ganyan. Tapos, syempre, mababawi mo yun sa 10 days. Kasi nagmamining eh. Yun pala, pagdating ng, kasi pandemya yun eh, walang magawa yung tao eh. Parang, ano na lang sa, sa, yung kabuhayan niya, parang doon niya na lang, kinukuha yung pagkain niya, parang ganyan. Kasi pandemya eh. Okay, ngayon, ito yung nangyari. Lahat kami, ang sabi daw, mayroong meeting ang kabuuan ng membro ng mining na yan, na group. Okay? Pagkatapos, pwede na daw sa meeting magka-withdraw every Sunday. Yon daw ang ilalagay sa meeting. Ngayon, bago yon Friday morning, nagpalabas sila ng equipment or generator na bibilhin mo sa 2,000 pesos to 5,000 pesos. Mag-generate siya araw-araw ng 1,000 pesos. So pag bumili ka ng 5,000 pesos, dalawang generator, so it means yung 5,000 mo, dalawang araw at kalahati lang, mababawi mo na yung pera mo, di ba? Ngayon, yung iba, bumili ng 10 generator. Yung iba, 20, iba 50. Kasi nakalagay doon, hurry, buy now. May promo, parang ganyan, 30% discount. Malaki ang kikitain mo. So maraming nag-grab, bumili. Yun
Doon yung pumapasok yung yung bait na sinasabi ni Sir Jason kanina eh.
yun pala, kasi yun, Friday, hanggang Saturday, mayroon pa sila na parang tinatawag nila 55 more na lang yung natira sa generator. 55, parang ganyan. Parang bumababa yung generator na nakabili. Pero ang dami pa rin nakakabili. Ngayon, umabot ng Sunday. Ang nag-generate ng iba, umabot na sa milyon ang generate ng iba sa pera nila. Ngayon, ito yung nangyari. Nung Monday na i-withdraw na, ayun, nawala na yung app. Nagsarado na yung website. Ang dami, ilang bilyon yung nakuha lahat sa amin. Pero sa akin, nakuha niya is only 500. Pero nakaganansya ako ng 300. Kasi nakakuha ako ng 800. Maraming umiyak doon. Marami din yung nagkahiwalay. Marami din yung namatay kasi halos buong account nila sa bangko, yung pera nila, nakuha yon kasi nakalink yung account nila doon sa sa mining na yun. Nangyari yan mga year 2000 siguro. Ay, hindi. Yung pandemya, 2022. Nung magtatapos na yung 21-22 yata yun. Nung magtatapos na yung
So bale yung advantage talaga dito sir is kaya kailangan mo talagang aware ka talaga sa nangyayari.
Pero hindi mo masabi, sir, na
Dapat be careful ka din syempre ng pera yung pinag-uusapan eh.
Pero,
Parang
alam mo,
ganun eh.
believe ako sa technique nila. Yung technique nila, simula nung 2021 na year, December, hanggang 2022 na December, bigay ng bigay sila sa mining nila. Talaga sila, nagpapaanod talaga sila na nagmamining talaga yung tao. Niro-rolling nila talaga yung pera. Umabot ng 2022, doon na nila sinara lahat. Ba?
Para yung nila, yung technique nila is lose now, gain later no?
Oo, parang ganyan, parang nakakabilib talaga yung technique. Sabi ko nga, ang galing yung strategy nila.
So kailangan pala ano no, nang i-aware yung mga tao sa mga ganyan. So
Ay,
especially
meron ako niyan. May pangalan ako ng,
oh,
kaya nakalimutan ko lang eh. Na-install yan dati sa, ano ko, sa cellphone ko. Pero yung ibang ko kasama, buti na lang Sir Gats. Si Sir Franz, hindi nag-ano. Si Sir
nag-join.
Oo, hindi
No,
nagkapital.
marami sanang ano eh, no?
Oo,
Marami
si Sir
sanang
Gats, si Sir Franz, at saka si Sir Ma'am Roslyn, hindi nagkapital doon.
Na-scam sana.
scam sana no.
Oo, di ba?
Okay, so
Oh.
yun pong ating ano no, madami po yung application na katulad din nangyari doon kay ano, yung kay Sir Pag. So mga viewers, so dapat aware tayo sa mga application ng mga nun and don't expect wala kasi sometimes yung kinaano natin is mga easy money. So yun yung take advantage rin ng mga scammer at social engineers. So gumagawa sila ng mga app na ganun to encourage you, 'di ba? To extract money with you. So, yung technique nila is lose now but gain later. So, yung time frame niyan pinapatagalan nila and then pag nakita nila na marami na, doon na yun sila mag-a-action.
Doon na sila
So,
magsasara ng website.
So ginagamit talaga nila yung ano yung utak mo or ginugulo talaga yung utak mo based sa needs mo, no?
oo.
Kasi yung needs mo, pera eh. Yung needs mo, ang galing nito.
Commonly naman kasi needs talaga pera eh.
Oo,
Commonly.
hindi ka pwede magtrabaho, araw-araw nagmamining ka. Pag nagkapital ka ng 5,000.
Easy money sabi nga nila, no? Pero nakakatakot pala. Marami kasing ano eh, no? Na parang ano, social engineering, tulad ng ano, ng phishing, ano ba yan, baiting, scareware, and then pretexting, no? Mayroong mga ganun, mga parang official ng gobyerno, magsisend sa'yo ng message, dapat gawin mo to, gawin mo yan, no? So always lang talaga ano eh, awareness na i-check mo yung mga text messages, i-confirm. Wag kang parang mag-overreact bigla, no? So make sure talaga. Pwede naman ano eh, meron namang si Google or mga legit na mga like Play Store, no? Google Play Store na parang i-check mo yung mga app na i-install mo. To awareness na lang, no? And be careful, wag mong ibigay yung mga sensitive na information mo sa mga taong kamimit mo lang, lalo na ngayon sa mga single diyan, sa mga dating app, no? Be careful,
Yes.
baka ikaw pala yung ng prospect nila, no? Especially nag-online selling ka. So just be careful for that, no?
Okay. So, thank you so much, Sir Gus, no? So, mga viewers natin, ito lang po kami sa Plex Pro. Hanggang sa ulitin po, dito sa Plex Pro, happy lang
Walang
weekend.
weekend. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Sir Fax.
Thank you so much, Sir Gus. Thank you so much.
Salamat
Alex,
po.
thank you. Kapix Pro, thank you.
Alex,
Next time you
thank
can
you
use my
po.
Zoom. I have a unlimited time on Zoom para medyo matagal kung gusto ninyo. Kasi sa inyo parang ano eh. But I have unlimited Zoom na account na pwede magamit para pagka tayo, that will be my that's one of my assistance sa team para mas marami tayong magawa. Hindi mo puputol.
Actually,
Sige, sir.
meron na tayong
Salamat
1
po.
hour eh. 1 hour lang eh. Parang 5 to 6 lang.
Ganun talaga. Okay, sir.
Thank you so
Sige po,
much.
sir.
Thank you so
Thank you
much
so
sa
much po,
pag-attend.
mga
So,
kapatid.
hopefully sooner
Bye.
Very much sa pag-invite sa amin.
magkakausap ulit tayo, no? So, maraming
Sir
maraming
Pags.
kikwento si Sir Pags.
Sir Gats,
Sir Alexis, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.